Thank you for being present here today to salute those who have laid down their life for the noble cause of public service. We ask you to please silence your cell phones at this time. On this National Police Week, we honor those who have gone before us and made the ultimate sacrifice. This is a day of dignity, respect, and courage. We would like to thank our elected officials and special guests today. We have District Attorney Brett Ligon, County Clerk Brandon Steinman. Thank you all for being here. We also have the family of Deputy Charles Rivette joining us, and the family of Michelle, Bill, Jeanette Green here joining us. Today, we gather to honor and pay tribute to the brave men and women who gave their lives to keep our community safe. We feel the pain of their absence, but we stand tall with the pride as we remember them and vow to carry on their legacy. We want to acknowledge and honor all family members of fallen officers and let them know they are not alone. Our hearts are always with you, and we will continue to uphold the same level of professional service that your loved ones embraced. We will honor them by carrying out our daily work of excellence. After the ceremony, we will take the opportunity to recognize some of our employees who have demonstrated exceptional service. And it is our privilege to continue the good work that our fallen colleagues entrusted us. The loss of one of our brothers or sisters is a burden that is almost too heavy to bear. However, we who stand here today, along with those who are currently patrolling our streets, investigating crimes, and ensuring the safety of our jails, testify to the pride we have in our duty as peace officers. Now, we honor those who, through the ultimate sacrifice, serve their community. We ask you direct your attention to the Montgomery County Sheriff's Color Guard as they proudly bear the colors of our nation. After the presentation of colors, Chaplain Rick Wilcox will lead us in the invocation. Would you please stand at this time?
All uniform officers.
Now join me in the pledge to the American flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And now the Texas flag. Honor the Texas flag. Pledge allegiance to the Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Order, arm.
And now our invocation from Chaplain Rick Wilcox.
Ready?
Would you join me in prayer? Almighty God, as we gather today for this celebration of the men and women who have achieved excellence in service to your people through law enforcement, we do so with hearts that are first and foremost grateful to you for your own protection over us. We are especially mindful during National Police Week of those who laid down their lives in service of their communities. And with your watch care, we ask for their loved ones. Oh God, we pray your blessings on all of those who have dedicated their lives to keeping the peace, as we are ever mindful that you, O Lord, are the Prince of Peace. And we offer this prayer in your holy name. Amen.
Thank you. You may be seated. And now I'd like to introduce Sheriff Rand Henderson.
Last year, I opened this memorial by citing the number of officers lost in the line of duty for that year nationwide in 2022. While these statistics are given for insight, they're never just numbers. They're fathers and mothers, brothers and sisters, friends and colleagues. With this in mind, our memorial has an even more personal sentiment attached. This year, I have the sobering duty to include one of our very own, a beloved member of our Sheriff's Office family, Deputy Charles Rivette. When a peace officer dies, families are changed forever and communities become brittle, both to heal at their respective pace. Sadly, this year, 56 police officers have been lost, leaving behind grieving families and communities. But they are not alone. Evil does not declare victory. The daring courage of our profession's best will not waver. As we stand up a wreath in honor of our fallen and lower our flag in grief for their absence, we want to send a clear message. Our duty to goodness and community is unrelenting. You may hurt us and even kill us, but we will continue our search for the evil. Your corruptness only strengthens our resolve and forges our stance together. To my brothers and sisters standing here in uniforms of dignity, carry the torch of public safety boldly and proudly in honor of those who could not stand with us today.
Now I'd like to introduce District Attorney Brett Ligon.
The Police Memorial Ceremony gives us an opportunity to honor the men and women who have made the ultimate sacrifice in service to our community. They're guardians of the peace, the sentinels of our safety, and you're the embodiment of courage. People sleep peaceably in their beds at night only because rough men and women are willing to do violence on our behalf. Listen to me again. People sleep peaceably in their beds at night only because there are rough men and women willing to do violence on our behalf. 100 years ago, Rudyard Kipling was talking about the soldier, talking about the peace officer. Those of you who stand willing to do violence on my behalf, on my community's behalf, to keep the peace. These officers, our fallen heroes, were those rough men and women who stood ready, vigilant, and unwavering in the face of danger so that others may be in peace. As a kid, I loved watching Westerns on TV with my brother and my dad, and eventually there was a really bad guy, a sidewinder, no good, a villain, right? It challenged the lawmen of the town, and the challenge was always the same. It didn't matter, Marshal Dillon, whoever, is always the same. Take off that badge and fight me man to man. Take off the badge. Fight me man to man. Because he wanted the lawman to take off the badge because it's an emblem of authority and responsibility. It's more than a piece of metal that you're wearing. It's a symbol of honor, of duty, and sacrifice. The badge is shaped like a shield for a reason. It represents protection. But the shield is not just for the wearer, it's for the community as well. As peace officers, you understand the weight of the responsibility, and your fallen fellow officers also understood that the ultimate sacrifice may have been required of them to lay down a life on behalf of another. Almost biblical, wouldn't you say? It's a sacrifice that none should have to make, but all who wear the badge and all who are worthy of it are willing to do so. Today we pay tribute to the courage, their dedication, and their selflessness. We try to remember their names and their stories, but when those pass to history, this is how we remember the legacy of a fallen officer. As a community, it's our job to never forget the debt that we owe to those, and we owe to you, who give everything for us so we can sleep peaceably in our beds. Thank you.
Offering flowers at a memorial site is a ritual that occurs around the world, symbolizing the beauty and brevity of life. Floral tributes are made to give a clear testimony that we who are alive remember and honor those who have gone before us. Today, we present a wreath in honor of the fallen of the Montgomery County law enforcement community. As this wreath is placed in the photo of our fallen brothers, we remember. We honor those who serve, and we teach the next generation the value of sacrifice. As you may have observed upon your arrival, the flags outside are currently flying at half staff. This is a practice that is reserved for times of great sorrow. We wish to express our respect for those who have passed away. Our American flag is lowered to half staff as a symbol of pride and respect for those who have given their lives to protect our laws and keep our citizens safe. We place a wreath in honor of the fallen, as well as to pay tribute to all those who have made the ultimate sacrifice to preserve, protect, and defend our country. This time we now invite the family members who have lost a loved one in the line of service to please come forward and place a rose in remembrance of your beloved family members. Thank you for joining us for National Police Week ceremony. This portion of the ceremony is now concluded. We'll be taking a brief intermission to prepare for the awards and promotion ceremony. We're proud to recognize the men and women who have carried on the good work of those who have died in service. We believe they would be proud to see their legacy continue through the dedication of these individuals. During the intermission, Mike and Kathy will be providing music for your enjoyment. Please feel free to move around as needed. If you do not wish to stay for the awards portion of the ceremony, you're welcome to make your exit now. Thank you for joining us, and we will resume shortly. please put your cell phones on silent? Thank you. As we transition into our awards and promotion ceremony, I would like to welcome you to this very special occasion as we honor our team members on the promotion to the next higher rank and recognize those who have demonstrated the Sheriff's Office core values through honorable, meritorious, and exceptional service. For an online version of the program, please scan the QR code with your cell phone camera. The QR code is located on the back of the printed program and on flyers posted throughout the event area. Today's ceremony celebrates the core values of our Sheriff's Office. Each team member recognized today aspires to personify the professionalism, accountability, compassion, and trustworthiness the Sheriff's Office holds dear and strives to serve as a role model for the fellow team members and the community. Recognizing the importance of this ceremony, we are joined today by a number of very special and distinguished guests, the family members of our honorees. Their support enables loved ones' professional service to Montgomery County. We also welcome all supervisors, co-workers, and friends who have taken the time out of their busy day to help recognize our team members. This time, I would like to introduce Sheriff Rand Henderson. Again.
Welcome, everyone. We did a little differently this year, combining the two services. So thank you all for being here and participating in the memorial service and also being here to participate in the award ceremony. So I would be remiss if I didn't thank all the families of all of our award recipients. Thank you so much for giving us your loved one during their time of service with the Sheriff's Office or whatever agency, because we have a lot of different agencies represented here today. And I would like to, as always, thank the Citizens Academy for their Citizen Academy alumni for their time volunteering here. They always come out and help us pull these ceremonies together. And they're the fellows and the women in the white shirts, and really appreciate your service. We have, yes, thank you. A little round of applause for them. So I'm keeping my remarks very brief because we have a lot of awards to hand out today. So just thank you all for being here, and thank you for being here to honor these recipients.
Up here. Ladies and gentlemen, we will first recognize years of service milestones for those team members who have served the County of Montgomery, the state of Texas, and the United States as trusted public servants. We will first recognize our team members with 35 years of service. When your name is called, please proceed to the middle of the stage for a picture with Sheriff Henderson. At the conclusion of the ceremony, you will receive your years of service pin from the table over to the right of the stage. Captain Jimmy Malmay. Next, we will recognize our team members with 30 years of service. When your name is called, please proceed to the middle of the stage for a picture with Sheriff Henderson. At the conclusion of the ceremony, you will receive your years of service pin to the table to the stage to the right. Detective Billy Ballard. Next, we will recognize our team members with 25 years of service. When your name is called, please proceed to the middle of the stage for a group picture with Sheriff Henderson. At the conclusion of the ceremony, you will receive your years of service pin from the table to the right of the stage. Lieutenant Donald Goldsby. Lieutenant Philip Shumpy. Lieutenant Leslie Zimlicka. That's it. Next, we will recognize our team members with 20 years of service. When your name is called, please proceed to the middle of the stage for a group picture with Sheriff Henderson. At the conclusion of the ceremony, your service pins will be available at the table to the right. Beth Dunlap. Sergeant Christina Harper. Director Chad Jamison. Sergeant Scott Kurtz. Sergeant Michael Page. That's it. That's it. Next, we'll recognize our team members with 15 years of service. When your name is called, please proceed to the front. Please proceed to the stage with a group photo with Sheriff Henderson. At the conclusion of the ceremony, you will also receive your pins to the right. Sergeant Jacqueline Cade. Captain Jim Hook. She's coming. Shanna Albritton. That's it, sir. Good. Next, we will recognize those team members with 10 years of service. Will those team members with 10 years of service please stand and be recognized? There we go. Finally, we'd like to recognize our team members with 5 years of service. Will those team members with 5 years please stand to be recognized? Ladies and gentlemen, Sheriff Rand Anderson has led the Montgomery County Sheriff's Office to adopt a progressive promotional process, establishing attributes crucial for those desiring to advance their law enforcement career and take the next step in their professional journey. We are excited to recognize those who have met the promotional standards established for their job description and are assuming a higher level of challenge and responsibility. Our newly promoted team members will be recognized by division. For those who are being promoted, when your division is called, please come forward and stand together as a group to the right of the stage. When your individual name is called, please proceed to the middle of the stage to have your badge pinned by Sheriff Henderson and receive your certificate of promotion. Following this, you may return to your seat. Promoted to Assistant Director over IT and Law Enforcement Technology, Michael Hallbrook. From the Administrative Services Division and under the command of Major Tim Cannon, selected for Deputy Specialist in Recruiting, Jessica Epperson. From the Executive Division and under the command of Captain Mac McKelvey, promoting to Warrant Supervisor, Haley Villarreal. Selected as Deputy Specialist Training Academy, Corey Watson. From the Finance Division and under the command of Director Carol Shipman, promoting to Finance Assistant Jacqueline Muratori. From the Jail Division and under the command of Major Andrew Eason, promoting to Civilian Detention Sergeant Colin Parker. Promoting to Civilian Detention Sergeant Kenneth C. From the Homeland Security Division and under the command of Captain Jim Hook, selected for Deputy Specialist, the Reality Based Training Center, Jacob Kiesel. Selected for Deputy Specialist, SWAT, Ryan Graves. Selected for Deputy Specialist, SWAT, Matthew Wyatt. From the Patrol Division, East Precinct, and under the command of Captain Melvin Franklin, promoting to Sergeant Brett Logan. From the Patrol Division, West Precinct, under the command of Captain Jimmy Malmay, promoting to Detective Adolfo Garcia. Selected as Deputy Specialist, Livestock Unit, Matthew Aaron. From the Patrol Division, South Precinct, and under the command of Captain Tim Holyfield, promoting to Lieutenant Federico Rico Cano. Promoting to Detective Nathaniel Inman. Promoting to Detective Zachary Kiesel. Promoting to Administrative Assistant Hannah Hartley. Congratulations to all those recognized for your promotion today. You are appreciated. Let's give them another round of applause, please. We would now like to recognize the MCSO team members who have demonstrated actions that not only embrace our core values of professionalism, accountability, compassion, and trust, but have gone above and beyond in their service to our community. We have also included in this section multiple Community Action Partner Awards. These citizens have made tremendous selfless contributions to our agency. Their actions have been felt profoundly by our department, and to you, we owe tremendous gratitude. Receiving the Community Action Partner, the Woodlands Church. Receiving the Community Action Partner Award, Kashner Funeral Home. On February 21st, 2024, the Montgomery County Sheriff's Office suffered one of its darkest days in over a century. One of our own, Deputy Charles Rivette, lost his life in the line of duty in a tragic vehicle crash. The news of his passing sent shockwaves through the department and the community, leaving many heartbroken and grieving. However, in the midst of this tragedy, a group of individuals stood out for their exceptional demonstration of the Sheriff's Office core values of professional, accountable, compassion, and trust. From the moment the initial call was received, a team member of outstanding individuals stepped up and beyond the normal scope of their duties to provide support and assistance to Deputy Rivette's family and colleagues. These exceptional individuals worked tirelessly to ensure that Deputy Rivette's sacrifice was honored with the dignity and respect it deserved. They assisted with the funeral arrangements, provided emotional support to Deputy Rivette's family and colleagues, and ensured that the community had the opportunity to pay their respects in a fitting tribute. Their unwavering commitment to their duties and community is a testament to the high standards of the Montgomery County Sheriff's Office. Their actions could not have helped to ease the pain of a tragic loss, but also served as an inspiration to others to strive for excellence in their own work. Continuing in the aftermath of our first line of duty death in over 140 years, several individuals answered the call for this tragic news was realized. After the incident, these individuals demonstrated exceptional composure, professionalism, and leadership in the days that followed. These great men and women set the tone for the agency's response for what would be one of our most challenging times. Receiving the Compassion and Professional Award, Lieutenant Jake Gonzalez. Sergeant Mike Evans. And Michelle Wallace. Receiving the professional award, Detention Sergeant Cody Wall. I don't see this. Where's she at? Okay. Okay. Sheriff, we're gonna go down. Receiving the unit citation, honor guard members, when your name is called, please proceed in front of the stage. Please hold your applause until all names have been called. From the Montgomery County Sheriff's Office, Specialist Amy Blackwelder. Specialist Anson Drake. Detective Chris Dawsey. Detective Tom Ganucci. Deputy Pedro Herrera. Detective Nathaniel Inman. Detective Chad May. Deputy Kellen Powell. Specialist Melissa Westerfield. And Deputy Specialist Ashley Wilson. Would you please give them a round of applause? The excess. Yeah. Yep. From the Montgomery County Constable Precinct 1, we have Deputy Adam Kulak and Deputy Eddie Trevino. From the Montgomery County Constable Precinct 2's office, Lieutenant Brian Davis, Sergeant John West, Deputy Emily DeWitt, Deputy Paul Hubbard, Deputy Bobby Smalley, and Deputy Jose Torres. From the Montgomery County Constable Precinct 3's office, we have Lieutenant Ken Washington, Sergeant Jason Reel, Deputy Eric Barnes, and Deputy Cade Lowry. From the Montgomery County Constable Precinct 4's office, we have Constable Rowdy Hayden, Lieutenant Jesse Bollinger, Lieutenant James Slack, Sergeant Chad Capehart, Sergeant Michael Jamez, Sergeant Nolan Lewis, Deputy Luis Cardenas, Deputy Roxana Castillo, Deputy Randy Crowder, Deputy Nicole Dickerson, Deputy Jose Guzman, Deputy Ronald Hamlet, Deputy Chris Keene, Deputy Samuel Mahler, Deputy Michaela Moore, Deputy Dwayne Moreau, Deputy Troy Munguia, Deputy Bobby Ragland, Deputy Hayden Valenzuela, and Deputy Trevor Young. From the Conroe Police Department, we have Detective Greg Tullis, Officer Nate Crenshaw, Officer Richard Cruz, Officer Jordan Dugas, Officer Derek Dunn, Officer Ralph Horn, Officer Brandon Hughes, Officer Jesse Minshew, Officer Michael Moore, Officer William Robinson, Officer Clayton Story, Officer Cody Thorpe, Officer John Tones, and Officer Justin Weber. Receiving the unit citation, transport motor team of the Montgomery County Sheriff's Office, we have Lieutenant Brady Fitzgerald, Lieutenant Clay Swilling, Sergeant Rudy Almendarez, Sergeant Jeremy Davis, Sergeant Robert Martin, Sergeant Savannah Roski, Deputy Kyle Albritton, Deputy Brian Aguilar, Deputy Joshua Everett, Deputy Luke Beaucamp, Detective Corey Cook, Deputy Ben Davis, Deputy Jeremy Freeman, Deputy Stephanie Hall, Deputy Kevin Hadaway, Detective Nathaniel Inman, Deputy Chris Irvine, Deputy Blake Lapaya, Deputy Narado Manning, Deputy Carter Parent, Deputy Christian Perez, Deputy Dangle Sangster, and Deputy Amber Wilson.
So now I'm going all the way into receiving the professional award. I'm going to call it Sheriff back up on stage. Okay.
Please give another round of applause to all these award recipients. Good work.
Sure.
On January 26, 2024, at the Community Award Ceremony, Deputies Jeff Lackey, Robert Burkett, Elizabeth Rodriguez, and Jay Lobos were recognized by the National Association of Mental Illness with CIT Deputy of the Quarter Awards. These deputies were awarded for their response to citizens who found themselves in a mental health crisis. Their actions led to these citizens becoming fully stabilized and successfully entered into the healthcare system where they will receive their proper care. During the ceremony, Deputy Lackey's efforts were honored for taking a suicidal jumper off of an eighth floor ledge and receiving mental health treatment. These four symbolize the care all of our deputies bring to the Montgomery County every day. Well done. Deputy Specialist Jeff Lackey, Deputy Elizabeth Rodriguez, and Deputy Jay Villalobos. Receiving the Compassion Award are Deputies Brandon Franklin, David Jessup, Luke Picard, Sterling Willis, Sean Yates. On Monday, February 26, 2024, Deputy Yates, Jessup, Willis, Picard, and Franklin were dispatched to a welfare check call. When units arrived on scene and tried to enter the home, they were met with a male standing in the living room holding a handgun to his head. Deputies positioned themselves around the front of the home while Deputy Willis established communication with the male. After 10 minutes, he peacefully dropped the gun and allowed the units to detain him. Each of these deputies went above and beyond their line of duty by putting themselves in harm's way. Each deputy exemplified compassion and care for the subject who was in crisis. Their actions ultimately led to the safety of everyone involved. Excellent work. Receiving the Compassion Award, Deputy Trey Coley. On September the 30th of 2023, Deputies Kyle Sullivan and Trey Coley received a call about a 15-year-old juvenile who had crossed the U.S. border from Mexico. The individuals that helped the juvenile cross the border had abandoned him near the District 4 area. Upon arrival at the scene, the deputies discovered that the juvenile had not eaten in 4 days. Without hesitation, Deputy Sullivan and Coley used their own money to purchase food for the young boy. After the juvenile had eaten, Deputy Coley stayed with him, providing care for several hours until an agent with the Federal Homeland Security could take over custody of the child. Deputies Sullivan and Coley exhibited exceptional dedication by going above and beyond their call of duty. Their compassionate actions towards those who are in need are a true reflection of the values that the Montgomery County Sheriff's Office aims to embody. Great work. Receiving the Compassionate Award, Deputy Jay Villalobos. Deputy Jay Villalobos was dispatched to a welfare check concerning a male suffering from suicidal ideations. During their encounter, a bond was formed between Deputy Villalobos and the male, in which Deputy Villalobos promised to check on the man periodically and offer him ongoing support. The man responded positively to the guidance and resources, securing a job interview within a couple of weeks. However, he failed to attend the scheduled interview and was found to have fallen back in depression. Despite this setback, Deputy Villalobos was persistent and supportive during their conversations, giving the man guidance and resources to help get him back on track. The man expressed a new interest in becoming a firefighter, and Deputy Villalobos discussed the process of becoming one, which inspired the man to apply for the next testing opportunity. In the months that followed, Deputy Villalobos learned that the man had applied, tested, and was accepted into the firefighter program and would soon graduate. Deputy Villalobos showed great empathy towards a man who had lost hope and continued to provide support and understanding in helping him find his way back to stability. Well done. Receiving the Compassionate Award, Communications Supervisor Jody Palmer. On January 30th, 2024, Communications Supervisor Jody Palmer received a 911 call from an elderly man stating that he needed something to eat. He further stated that he had just been released from the hospital 2 days ago and he didn't have access to his money or transportation. Upon disconnecting the call, Ms. Palmer took it upon herself to place a DoorDash order to be delivered to the citizen. Ms. Palmer then called the citizens to let him know that his food would be delivered shortly. He was overtaken with emotion and very thankful and expressed his gratefulness to Ms. Palmer for going above and beyond her normal duties to assist him. Although this was not an emergency, in our eyes, it was nevertheless an emergency to him. What an amazing story, Ms. Palmer. Thank you. Deputies receiving the Life Saving Award, Deputies A.J. Smith and Jason Alvarez. On February the 14th, 2024, Deputy Smith and Alvarez responded to a location where there were reports that an individual had been shot. Upon arrival, Deputy Smith and Alvarez, with the assistance of the Precinct 4 Constable's Office, immediately went into action providing life-saving measures. The deputy constables each brought medical equipment beyond that which the normal patrolman commonly carries, which were critical in their life-saving efforts. Deputies Smith and Alvarez worked together as a team, identified each wound, and applied 4 chest seals to gunshot wounds on the victim's torso. They also used a tourniquet on the victim's left arm and applied compression bandages to other injuries to prevent significant blood loss. The quick and decisive actions taken by these deputies were credited with saving the life of the victim. The paramedics and medical staff at the hospital later confirmed that the efforts of the deputies, stating that they most definitely saved the victim's life. The victim had been shot approximately 5 to 7 times, but thanks to the deputies' prompt actions, he was able to survive this tragic incident. Congratulations on a job well done. Receiving the Life Saving Award, Detention Sergeant Andrew Bisong and Detention Officer Lauren Johnson. On January 10th, 2024, Detention Sergeant Andrew Bisong and Detention Officer Lauren Johnson responded to a medical emergency in A Quad in the Montgomery County Jail. Sergeant Bisong and Detention Officer Johnson arrived at the location and immediately applied tourniquets to an inmate who had a large laceration on both wrists. Both tourniquets were applied to the highest point possible on the inmate's arm, which caused the bleeding to stop. They then applied pressure to the inmate's laceration on his neck until EMS arrived and took over. Their quick thinking to apply tourniquets, as well as their ability to remain calm under pressure, saved the inmate from his fatal injuries. Excellent work. Receiving the Meritorious Service Award, Specialist Jordan Pankratz. Specialist Pankratz worked diligently to design and implement a gear inventory system, as well as associated forms and spreadsheets to actively track all the gear assigned to our SWAT team members. Specialist Pankratz created a training program in order to teach each user how to implement this tool, and has revolutionized the way that thousands of dollars in gear is tracked, managed, and accounted for. This most certainly adds a layer of accountability to team members and to the department, creating an atmosphere of good stewardship for the resources that we are blessed with. Thank you, Specialist Pankratz. Receiving the unit citation, Livestock Unit, Sergeant Jerry Guyon, Deputy Specialist Matthew Aaron, Deputy Specialist Amy Blackwelder, Deputy Specialist Anson Drake, and Deputy Specialist Ricardo Garza. On January 24th, 2024, the Montgomery County Livestock Unit was called to the 1100 block of Steve Owens Drive to rescue horses that were trapped due to rapidly rising floodwaters. Members of the unit braved swift rising water to rescue the trapped animals, disregarding their own personal safety. While rescuing the horses, deputies were able to assist in the rescue of 11 adults, 1 infant, and 5 dogs. Their actions are a shining example of the bravery and dedication to the citizens and animals of Montgomery County. Outstanding work. Yes. Yeah. Receiving the unit citation at the front of the stage, the Montgomery County SWAT team, Sean Beatty, Justin Burke, Rico Cano, Edward Fisher, Donald Goldsby, Jason Henson, James Hook, Brett Logan, Christian Lopez, Luis Macias, Stephen Ortiz, Daniel Pena, Jordan Pankratz, Chris Roberts, Margarito Rosales, Stephen Thomas, Brian Trell, and Eric Ward. The Montgomery County Sheriff's Office team and Gulf Coast Violent Offenders Task Force have achieved remarkable progress in raising the unit to new heights. In 2017, with the establishment of the newly formed Homeland Security Division, these men were assigned the responsibility of overseeing firearms training and qualifications for the entire agency, active shooter trainings for both law enforcement and civilians, tactical training for patrol, including less lethal munitions, shield work, and breaching. They have taught a combined of 2,430 students, all while continuing to track, capture, and arrest more than 1,100 violent offenders in the last 5 years. Well done, gentlemen. Y'all can come up here. Y'all come up here. One on that side. I can't get y'all. Y'all can come up. Even it up. There's no way to get y'all in there. Brian, it's not that awkward. You're here. Get in uniform, Brian.
Never listen.
Yeah, you're good to see that. Receiving the unit citation, Crime Prevention Unit, Deputy Specialist Carlos Tavares, Deputy Specialist Ryan McCarty, and Deputy Specialist Brian Aguilar. This unit is most certainly one of the best crime prevention units in Texas. The deputies in CPU exceed expectations on a daily basis. They are always ready to cover public events on weekends, and all while fulfilling their duties and responsibilities during the week. The deputies in this unit have developed several programs, including the Autism Awareness Program, Amber Alert Education Program, and played a significant role in National Night Out. They have impacted countless lives and trained thousands of citizens on how to take responsibility for their safety and prevent crimes in their neighborhoods. Thank you, gentlemen, for your service. Well, that concludes our ceremony for today, but please join me in a round of applause for all the amazing public servants. Please help yourself to refreshments over here. We have cake, some drinks. Please feel free to take photos over here to the right or up on stage. This will be moved, will be available for photos. Thank you again for coming and a job well done.